Hey guys, and welcome back. It feels really weird saying that again because I'm recording this audio on the same day as the audio for the last video, but here we are. This is the last video in my watercolor Pokemon series, and though I very much enjoyed this series, I'm happy to have it done and out of the way so I can start filling this channel with stuff I normally draw, which is animals and fantasy creatures and stuff like that. I don't normally do a lot of fan art, but for some reason I just really like doing Pokemon when I'm practicing a new medium because it's something easy and simple and I don't have to worry about anatomy and all that stuff, so yeah. If you're new here, I'm a watercolor newbie and I did these little Pokemon pieces as practice to try and get a feel for the medium. I painted these within a few days of each other and I feel like I learned a lot during that time. As of right now, I don't feel like I have too much to say about this piece because it's exactly the same process I used in the other 3 videos in this series, and I don't want to repeat myself too much covering things I already covered. So this might have some interlaced rambling about some things that don't have anything to do with this piece. First off though, this was actually the main piece I wanted to get to when I started coloring this series. I had this one in my head much longer than the other ones and I was just really excited to get to it. The color scheme of this one turned out to be a lot different than the others. Notice how there's no green? However, I still absolutely love it. I am a huge sucker for Halloween and fall vibes, so drawing and painting this piece just got me in a fall mood right at the beginning of July, which is kind of unfortunate because at the time of posting this video, we still have about 2 to 2.5 months of summer weather left here in the southeastern United States. I am just gonna let it be known right now that I loathe summer, 0 out of 10, worst season ever, would not recommend. I'm suffering, my dogs are suffering, everyone is suffering, we're all miserable, and I cannot wait for this weather to start to turn. Oh my god. And by the way, since I mentioned my dogs, I was wondering if anyone would be interested in me including little clips of them in these videos. In my first video, I did put some clips of them, but it was mostly just a test to see if I could figure out how to do it. And in my unboxing video, one of them, his name is Achilles, the brown and white one, he kind of forced his way into the video because he was afraid of that thunderstorm. But yes, let me know if you'd like some snippets of their antics. I know it's an art channel, but who doesn't love dogs? Anyways, like the shaman piece, I pretty much knew what kind of color scheme I wanted for this one, so I pre-mixed various brownish grays and purple blues to get a spooky nighttime feel going on. I wanted to keep those background colors kind of drab so that the orange and the yellows and the pumpkins and the 2 Pokemon would stand out against the background. I think the Litwit came out super cute, but I kind of regret not spending more time refining the sketch and the lines on the Chandelure. I draw mostly animals, like I said, so the man-made looking features on the Chandelure kind of messed me up because I'm not used to drawing things that have perfect lines / shapes. It's a little shaky in some areas, I'll admit it, but at the same time my focus was just practicing watercolors, so I'll let it slide this time. So one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is that I did attempt to do some color correcting on this video, since I noticed in the last one that the colors weren't true to how the piece looked in real life. So I pumped up the saturation a bit in this video so it looks closer to the actual piece. Since I know all screens are different, I hope this doesn't look super wonky to someone else. Let me know if it does and I'll try to figure something out for future videos. Though at this point, I think the best thing for me to do would be to get a better camera. We shall see. Right now I'm kind of bouncing between my phone and my GoPro, and neither one of them is quite giving me the quality I'd like. So I don't know. It's growing pains, I guess. So back to the piece. Since this is a night scene, one thing I had to do in this piece that I didn't have to worry about in the others was kind of pre-planned where I wanted the glow from the pumpkins to be. I knew I was going to do some of it with my white Sakura and Posca pens, but I also wanted to work some of that orange and yellow into the actual background. I think it came out decent, but if I could go back, I would leave those areas the glow hits a little lighter, so I could have made the yellow and orange tones more pronounced. I also had a bit of trouble with the light coming off the chandelier and the lit wicks flames. I wish I could have made that more saturated and bright. The chandelier's flame especially started to blend with the background. I think I attempted to fix this with one of my white pens at some point in the video or immediately after filming, but it still didn't pop quite as much as I would have liked. I think some of it might have to do with the quality of paper I used, but like I said in other videos, I wasn't too keen on using higher quality paper on practice. If anything, working with this cheap paper will at least allow me to notice the difference higher quality paper makes once I get around to using it, and I kind of wanted that experience so that I could share that knowledge with other people in the future. I wanted to add some of the bluish purple from the background into the grass so that it reinforced the pumpkin glow and looked more cohesive. I think it did something for the piece's contrast, which is always appreciated, especially since I struggled so much in that aspect in the first 2 pieces I did. After doing only these 4 initial pieces, I feel like I was way more comfortable using a palette that wasn't all the same or similar colors, so it was easier for me to get that contrast in without just having it all blending together, aside from the chandelier's flame, of course. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but if so, can I just say again how much I love this palette? For some reason, it reminded me of the old Halloween themed art I used to see on merchandise when I was a kid in the 90s. I don't know, just something about it just feels really nostalgic to me, and I think more pieces using browns and those blue purples are in my future. And you know what? I don't even like doing night scenes. As you've probably seen in other pieces, I'm more of a daytime, forest, meadow, whatever greenery in the daytime kind of person. One thing I will say that I just noticed and forgot though is a shadow on the ground from the chandelier. Whoops, I don't know how I missed that, but alas. And now I'm going in with the colored pencils. I again used a combination of the Faber-Castell Polychromos and the Prisma Scholar pencils. The lines on the chandelier got a little lost in the painting process, so I wanted to go back and darken those up. I also added some more shading and attempted to use the pencils to get some more yellow glow in around the pumpkins. And that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I really enjoyed painting this one. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider commenting and subscribing. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the channel, and I will see you guys later for some delightful Smoggist content.